Yes.
What are we going to do today? Okay, Lakshmi. So I will tell you what we are going to do today. Everybody can see this?
Yes.
Okay, but before this, give me one more moment.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, how are you? Okay. So, as you saw in the first slide, we are going to do the introduction. But before the introduction, we are going to do the introduction of what? The Bhagavad-Gita. Before that, we do the Mangalacharan. So everybody with me, as keeping yourself muted. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam सहगन रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगन ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद साथ में बोलेंगे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So when we do the Maha Mantra, something we have to do together. Okay, sharing another screen with you. Just a moment. Yeah, so it's about the introduction. Introduction towards what? The Bhagavad Gita, as I told you before we did the Mangala Charan. Was you want to say something, Jia Kabish? Hare Krishna. Can we keep question and answers for the later part?
Yes.
Before we read the, you
Yeah.
want to say something?
No, I'm just saying, Mataji, we have to take question answer at the last. Yes, Mataji.
At the end, yeah. So before we start the Bhagavad Gita, aren't we faced by this one basic question that how should we read the Bhagavad Gita? For the first part of this session today, Mataji, I would like it to be interactive. So, so not too many students, just a couple of students for every question. Yeah, can anybody tell me? You can raise hands. I'm not going to ask everybody, just two students for every question. How should we read the Bhagavad Gita? Yeah. Anybody wants to volunteer? Manahar. Yes, Manahar. Unmute yourself.
You should read it. You should read like carefully, like really carefully. You should understand
Really?
everything.
You should read it very carefully. Okay. Yes. Anyone else? Mataji, you can randomly unmute students.
Okay, Mataji.
Mataji,
Two
we
to
should
three
read
students for
it
every
by
question.
our
Hmm.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can you hear me?
Hare Krishna Harav, yes.
Mataji, we should read it by our hearts very carefully and we should understand it also, just not read it.
Okay, you should read it with some understanding. Anybody else? Yes?
Fiona,
When reading Bhagavad Gita, you should sit straight, focus, and read it.
Good, yeah. You should sit straight. You should be focused. I love that part, focus, and then you should read it. You should read it carefully. Any other answers? If the answers are going to be repeated, then please don't even try to answer. If you have something else to say apart from what has already been said, then please raise your hand.
Vishwa. Vishwa, please unmute.
We should hear the Bhagavad Gita. We should not just read it. We should always hear it carefully and with the love of Lord Krishna.
So cute, with love of Lord Krishna in your hands. Okay. So yes, others who have raised their hands, you can answer the other questions that I'm going to ask. So the basic answer to this question, how we should read the Bhagavad Gita? We should read Bhagavad Gita with faith. When we read the Bhagavad Gita, there should not be any doubts in our minds that are we reading the right thing? Did Krishna say whatever he has said is true? Is Arjuna asking the right questions? Is Krishna giving the right answers? No, we should not doubt the scriptures. With full faith, with full conviction, with trust in the Lord, we should read the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so I have some more questions. Those who have already answered, please do not raise your hands. Now, someone else can tell me who should read the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, you can raise your hands and unmute yourselves one by one.
Everyone should read Bhagavad Gita.
Perfect. So if I get the answer in the first go, then no more questions. Everyone should. Who gave this answer? Who gave me this answer? This is just perfect. So everyone should read the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is not a sectarian or a secular book. It's not that a particular caste or a people belong to a particular place or particular age or gender or nationality or religion are supposed to read the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is for all. So everybody should read the Bhagavad Gita. Excellent answer. Next question, why? Why we should read the Bhagavad Gita? Any answers? Mataji, you can unmute anyone.
To know what is right to do and what is wrong to do in life.
Oh, cute. Yeah, that's nice. And any other answers? To know what is right and what is wrong. Yeah. Any other answers? Kavish, you want to say something?
To get
Hmm.
knowledge.
To get knowledge. Yeah.
We should hear the Bhagavad Gita to know more about Lord Krishna.
To know more about Lord Krishna. Okay. Not to know about yourselves. To know more about Lord Krishna, we should read the Bhagavatam. To know more about the questions related to our life. And Kavish, is there anything apart from this you want to say? Kavish Ahuja, you want to say something? Unmute yourself.
Mataji, can I say the answer?
Yeah, please tell me.
Mataji, to understand the goal of life.
Okay, to understand the goal of life. That's heavy. Nice. Yeah. Any other answers?
To go to Krishna.
so that we are able to go back to Krishna. Wonderful. Thank you, Kavish. Okay. So those who have raised your hands can wait for the next question. Yeah. So answer is why not? Why we should not read the Bhagavad Gita when it was spoken directly by the Lord, and uh, do we think that the Lord is any less important? No, he's the most important personality. And what is he doing there in the Bhagavad Gita? He's giving answers to some of the in fact, all the important questions of our life. We are faced with so many questions in our life. So many times we are stuck up in our life. We just don't know what is right. As someone said earlier on, we don't know what is right. We don't know what is wrong, what is to be done, what is not to be done, what is to be followed, what is not to be followed. So, in order to be well equipped with such questions, we should read the Bhagavad Gita because it is a manual of human life and it gives us answers of all our problems in our life. Okay, so the next question is, when should we read the Bhagavad Gita? Those who have already answered, please don't raise your hands. When?
Mataji, anytime we can read Bhagavad Gita.
Anytime. Perfect. So there is no specific time that you have to wake up early in the morning and just sit in the temple and read the Bhagavad Gita. Although that's one of the best ways to do it, but then still, if early morning we have school, we have to get up a rush for school, and maybe we don't have to go to physically to the school right now, but we still do have online classes, right? So morning we are busy with school. That doesn't give us an excuse to skip. Later on, when we are free from school, that time we can just come back home, and instead of watching silly things on the TV or on the phone or wasting time on YouTube, Netflix, and Insta and Twitter, whatever these the Discord or whatever the media are. So instead of wasting our time on social media, what we should do, we should read the Bhagavad Gita. So any time, the correct answer for this is every time. But every time it is not possible for us because being students, we have other things also to do. We have to take care of our assignments and our homework. We have to sleep on time. We have to eat on time. We have to take care of other things also. So that's why, you know what we should do? We should read it wherever it is possible, whenever. So if not every time, then at least one particular time of the day. If not the entire Bhagavad Gita every day, then at least one chapter. If not one chapter, then at least half the chapter or one fourth or at least one verse. Please, children, it's a sincere request from the bottom of my heart. Make it a practice to read the Bhagavad Gita every day. Choose the number of, just make a choice. Yes, or make a commitment. Yes, Mataji, I am going to read at least one verse or two or three, whatever you think you will be able to consistently do it. Then please commit. And if today just, if you don't want to commit to me here on the Zoom platform, it's all right. Make a commitment to yourself. When you sleep in the night, you should be, smiling with the thought that yes, I committed today to myself that I'm going to read at least two verses of the Bhagavad Gita or three verses of the Bhagavad Gita every day. Then I'm definitely going to do it. So we have to read it ideally every time, but if not, then at least once daily, a little bit of it every day. Okay. What's there in the Bhagavad Gita for us? What are the 5 important subject matters of Bhagavad Gita? Yes, who has raised your hands? Please tell me. Yes, Kavish, Ara, whoever.
Mataji,
Hmm.
one subject is to learn that we are not this body, we are the soul.
Excellent, Manahar. Yes. So the Bhagavad Gita deals with the soul part. Wonderful. Next. Yeah. Anybody?
Mataji,
Hmm?
in the Bhagavad Gita, it's like the goal of life.
The goal of life. Okay. Third.
About Lord Krishna,
About Lord Krishna. Very good. And
Way to go to Lord.
way to go back to Godhead. Okay. Mm-hmm. Any other answers? Jia, you
so
want to
you
say
can
something? Hmm?
so you can
Yes.
go on the right path of life.
Yeah. So that you know the right path in your life. Okay. Yes, Jia. Yes, Srithan.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Mataji, super soul is
To know about super soul.
super soul is know about super soul.
To know about super soul.
To know about the super soul. Yeah.
Paramatma.
Paramatma. Yes. Anyone else? Two more things. I have got 3 answers already. I want 2 more answers.
Mataji, surrender to Krishna.
Surrender to Krishna. Okay. The main subject matters. You told me about soul. You told me about Paramatma. You told me about how to reach Krishna. That will I will pass it as our karma. What are the karmas that we should do which help us to reach Krishna? 2 more things. Yeah, you told me about soul. You told me super soul. You told me karma. You told me, yeah, 2 more answers. Okay. Sritan, you
Know
want to say
more about
something?
so you can know more about Krishna and what's there in the heavenly planets.
Okay, so as I told you earlier, to know more about Krishna, we need to read the Srimad Bhagavatam, because Srimad Bhagavatam is one text which was spoken about Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad-Gita is a text which has been spoken by Krishna. So there is a difference when Krishna is talking himself, or that's Bhagavad-Gita, or when something is being talked about Sri Krishna. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. So if you want to know more about Sri Krishna, then we should read the Srimad Bhagavatam. If you want to read what Krishna has told us, as in how we have to conduct ourselves, then we have to read the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So, any more answers? Aryan, Chaitanya, you want to say something? Yes, Chaitanya, what do you want to say?
Mataji. Mataji, like Prakriti and Jiva.
Excellent. Prakriti. Jiva. Jiva is soul, someone already told me. And super soul, someone else also told me. I passed one of the questions as karma. One more thing. I'm waiting for one more answer.
Follow. Say it.
You
Time.
Time, soul,
time.
and time, soul,
Super
and
soul.
super soul, and
Prakriti
Prakriti
and karma.
and Karma.
Excellent. So thank you so much, Chaitanya. So I
Still helps.
expect
Thank you.
okay. So I really want all the students to remember these 5 things. So what's there in the Bhagavad Gita? What picture does this depict? We see Prakriti, we see nature. So Bhagavad Gita talks about Prakriti, then it talks about soul, then it talks about time, then it talks about karma, and then it talks about the super soul. Okay, so this is the basic certain things which you all should know. What all we have discussed till now, children, that who should read the Bhagavad Gita? Everybody. How we should read it? With faith. What is there in the Bhagavad Gita? That I told you 5 subject matters. And who I told you everybody how with faith when we should read it every time. Okay. And now we move on to the chapters. What every chapter tells us, I am going to very, very briefly 1 minute for one chapter. Okay. So I show you again, this whole session is interactive. I am going to show you a picture. Please do not see the Bhagavad Gita. You just have to guess the name of the chapter. And to make it very simple, let me tell you that it is sequentially, okay, from the first to the 18th chapter. Let me see, without taking help of your parents, without reading the Bhagavad Gita, can you guess the names? Yeah. So, what is the name of the first chapter?
Arranging the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Observing the armies on the battle of Kurukshetra. Yeah, excellent. Observing. See, we have to give 1 minute to one chapter, right? So, observing the armies. That means the armies of the Kauravas and the Pandavas were arranged in a particular way, and it was being observed both by Duryodhan and also by Arjuna. When Duryodhan saw how the army of the Pandavas was arranged, he was mad at Duryodhan, at his, military teacher Dronacharya, and he's getting mad at him because, see, because of your student Drishtadyumna, who's so expert, everything has been done so nicely. He was getting very tense. He was insecure. He was worried that he might lose. So, what is the reaction of Duryodhan? That he's tensed, worried that he will lose. Okay. When Arjuna, we know that verse when Arjuna says, Ratham Sthapaya Mechuta, in the middle of the armies, oh Achyuta, please place my chariot because I want to see what's happening. And what is the reaction of Arjuna? Arjuna is also tensed. Now, there is a difference between why Duryodhan is tensed and why Arjuna is tensed. Duryodhan is tensed because he's worried he might lose. Arjuna is tense because he's worried he might win. He knows he might not. He is very sure that he's going to win. He doesn't want to do that because he thinks, oh my God, everybody will die. Because he was so sure of his power. Because he knew he had Krishna by his side. That's right. That gave him that extra confidence. So we have to remember one thing. When we know we have Krishna by our side, then victory is definitely ours, as we know from the last verse of the Bhagavad Gita. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanutara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. So Vijaya, the victory is there, where Krishna is there. Arjuna is very sure that victory is going to be his. But why is he so tense? Because he doesn't want to kill his own people. He's saying, oh my God, whoever is standing out there, they are all my friends, my family. I don't want to kill them. So we see the difference between, the way Duryodhan sees something and the way Arjuna sees something. So why have I written this? You can observe a lot by just watching. The Duryodhan was only seeing. He was only watching. He was only getting the visual of it. Arjuna, on the contrary, uh, the difference between seeing and observing is that Arjuna, he was not only just seeing, he was observing, as in there was thought process involved in it. He just knew it that he's going to beat them all and he's going to kill them all, and he just didn't want to do it. So in our lives, we have to learn this lesson. We don't have to just casually see everything. We have to observe. We have to learn from everything that we see. Even just by seeing a tree, we can learn a lot. You know how a tree is? A tree is so resistant, right? A tree is so tolerant. A tree stands there and tolerates all the seasons. Participants can please avoid raising hands during this class. I'm going to definitely give you last 10 minutes for question and answers. Just note down your questions. So the tree is so tolerant, and that's how we, so from just by watching a tree, we can learn to be tolerant. And there are so many things. Maybe in one of the classes, I can take this 24 gurus of the Avadut grammar. We can just learn anything from anybody, okay, and everything from everybody. Not everything probably from everybody, yes, but something from everybody. Then the next question. Enquire versus inquire. What is the name of the second chapter? Whenever I keep it interactive, you can raise hands. Yeah. So what is the name of the second chapter? You should know the names of the second.
The second chapter's name is The Contents of the Gita Summarized.
Yeah, the content of the Gita summarized. Now here, what do we learn from this chapter? Because Arjuna was asking so many questions over there and Krishna was answering. So there is a difference between the two words enquire and inquire. Inquire is, general questions. Arjuna was not asking general questions from Krishna. When in the 2.7 words when Arjuna says karpanya dosho vahata svabhava prichhami tvam dharmasta mudha cheta yashreyasya shitam bruhitanme shishyasteham shadi mam tvam prapanna. He is saying, I am asking you to please tell me what is just right for me to do and what is wrong for me, because I am so confused. So that's not a gentle question. It is a very formal question. He's not just casually asking. He's seeking answer for something which is very, very disturbing for him, because he doesn't want to kill his buddies, because all those who are standing right there in front of him in the battlefield are either friends or families. Everybody is a buddy. Would you like to ever kill your buddies? No, you would not. That's why Arjuna doesn't want to fight, and that's why he's inquiring, right? And in this chapter, Lord Krishna summarizes the entire content of Bhagavad-Gita by telling Arjuna that, listen, you're a soul. Come on, everybody is a soul out there. You will not be able to even touch the soul. Because can you touch the soul? No. What does that verse say? Nainam chinanti shastrani nainam dahati pava. Na chainam kledayantyapo, na shoshayati maruta. So we will not be able to kill. Don't worry. Chill, Arjun. So for such serious questions, Krishna, of course, gives serious answers also. Now, coming to the third chapter. What is the name of the third chapter? Would you like to unmute somebody? Mataji, can you please unmute one of the children? Karma Yoga, yes. So, by just seeing the slide, you can get the hint, right? I expect you all to memorize the names of the chapter after the session, okay? Gradually, I mean, it won't happen in one day, but if you read the names every day, you will learn the names. Okay, so Karma Yoga. In the second chapter, what did Lord Krishna tell Arjuna? That listen, you're just a soul. But then did he give Arjuna that discount that if you're a soul, you don't need to work? No. Even though I am a soul, I have to work. There is no other option. We cannot tell our parents, look, mom, I'm just a soul. I'm a floating soul. I don't have to do my homework. No, no, no. You have to do your karma. So karma, and through karma, we have to do yoga. What is yoga? Yoga means addition. Addition to what? We have to add Krishna in our lives. As of now, we are minus Krishna. So there is no Krishna as such in our lives. We have to add Krishna in our lives through our work. So whatever work we do, we have to be conscious that, am I doing the right thing? Is Krishna going to be happy with whatever I am doing? Is he going to come in my life with this, or is he going to get irritated and he just leave me alone, that I don't want to be with such a lazy and maybe a sinner. So the third chapter is Karma Yoga, where Lord Krishna says that there is not a single moment, nahi kaschit chanamapi jatu tishtate akarmakrit. There is not a single moment where, oh Arjuna, you can sit without working. So anybody out here in the group, if someone is feeling very lazy about not doing maybe your assignments or anything that your parents have been telling you, you have to shake yourself and wake yourself up, and you have to tell, no, I have to work, because there is no substitute of, and not just work, you have to hard work. As students, it's our duty to do our best in our life, throughout the life. That's what our duty is, to do the best and leave the rest. But as students, yes, we have to work a lot with the books. And as we grow, there are other works that we will need to be doing. So yes, the third chapter is Karma Yoga. Then the fourth chapter. Anybody? What's the name of the fourth chapter?
Mataji,
Yeah.
transcendental knowledge.
Are you sure?
The fourth chapter.
Yes. Perfect. Knowledge. That's why I gave a very, very, obvious hint for this chapter. So transcendental knowledge, or Divya Gyan. What is Lord Krishna now telling Arjuna? And no cheating, no looking in the Bhagavad-Gita for the names. You don't have to do that. So what is Lord Krishna telling Arjuna in this? In the second chapter, Krishna said, see, you're just a soul. In the third chapter, he says, even if you're a soul, you have to work. In the fourth chapter, he's going to tell, work for who? He's saying, he'll tell about himself. Who is the most transcendental being? Lord Krishna. So transcendental knowledge means he's telling about himself. Now, what is the most important thing that he's telling in chapter 4? That why do I come? When do I come? We know the verses, right? 4.7, 4.8. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyam. And then paritranaya sadhunam. He's saying, see, I have asked you to work. Then you know what people start doing? They start doing abominable work. They do. He was telling about karma, right? And people start doing vikarma also. So Krishna, when he sees that it's too much of vikarma or abominable actions or sinful actions going on the earth, then he will come and he'll say, stop. You don't have to do that. He will not let. When he see that the principles of religion are being compromised, then to re-establish the principles, Krishna is going to come again and he says, yuge, millennium after millennium, Lord Krishna comes to do what? Re-establish the principles of religion. And this is chapter 4. Okay. Then when we know that Krishna is there to check our work, in the third chapter, he told us to work. Fourth, he's saying, see, I'm there. I'm seeing if you're doing wrong. I'm going to come. I'm going to check you people. Then in the fifth chapter, it is so logical. How should we work? What is the name of the fifth chapter? Action. Anybody? Yes, Kiona, maybe. Mataji, could you please unmute someone?
It's Karma Yoga, Action, and Krishna Consciousness.
Very good. Karma Yoga, Action, and Krishna Consciousness. So because Krishna kind of warned Arjuna and he said, listen, whenever something wrong is going to happen, I will come and check it. That means it's our duty to work in Krishna consciousness. What does that mean? It means that I should always be conscious of Krishna around me. Krishna is always around me. Whenever we go to these malls or places where we see the CCTV camera installed, what do we then we get conscious of our looks. Okay, then how am I looking in the camera? That, and here, when we are staying here in this world, we should understand that we are always under surveillance of the CCTV camera of Sri Krishna. So Krishna is always watching us. So Krishna is always watching us. So what is our duty? To work with the consciousness of Krishna always around. Then how does Lord Krishna end the fifth chapter? He says, can anybody tell me that verse? The happiness formula. Okay, I think I will do it, otherwise we will not be able to complete the PPT. So Krishna says, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvalokam maheshwaram swadam sarvabhutana gyatva mam shantim richati. He says that you should know that ultimate enjoyer is me, and I am the beneficial, the best friend in everybody's heart. So don't worry, because when he asks us to work for him, action in Krishna consciousness, he says, don't worry, as best friend, I'm always there in your hearts, and I will always uh, act as your best friend. So with that consciousness of being under the surveillance of Krishna, we have to work in detachment. We have to what we have to do, loosen our grip on this world. If we are too much attached over here, it will be very difficult to connect with Krishna. So Krishna is telling us, see, I am your best friend. If I come to know that there is someone who really cares for me a lot, and there are certain people who don't really care for me, but then I hang out a lot with them. But I have all of a sudden I have come to know that there is someone who really, really cares for me. What do I have to do? I have to turn my attention to the person who cares for me more. So I have to loosen or slacken my interest towards those who are not real good friends, right? Because I need one good friend for me. So I have to detach myself. That's what Krishna is asking us to detach ourselves from, the people we are already attached to, and try to attach ourselves to Krishna. That's how we will be able to reciprocate the friendship that Krishna is offering us in the last verse. Okay, now the sixth chapter. What is the name of the sixth chapter? What is the word that you can read in the middle of the slide? Focus. So, what is the name?
Focus.
Yeah, focus is something that you can read on the slide. What is the name of the chapter? So I have prepared the slides just to help you, try to recollect the names. We have to make it quick, children. We are only on the sixth chapter. We have only how many minutes we have? No, we don't have much time.
Dhyan Yoga.
Dhyan Yoga. Yes, Dhyan Yoga. Did you say Dhyan Yoga? Not Dhyan Yoga, right? Dhyan.
Yes.
Dhyan. Yeah. So Dhyan. Dhyan. Because what does the Dhyan mean? We can say now we have to focus, because Krishna said, I'm your best friend. What do I have to do? I have to turn my focus on Krishna. Dhyan. Dhyan is, and how do I focus on something? By controlling my mind. So the sixth chapter is mind control. Okay, mind control. I have to control my mind from wavering, from going away, indulging in senseless pursuits. I have to train my mind to not go here and there, but instead focus on Krishna. For that, I have to control my mind, and that's why the name of the sixth chapter is mind control or Dhyana Yoga. I have to do yoga as in link up with the Supreme with full attention. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Yeah. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Uh, sorry. One more thing I forgot to tell about the sixth chapter. How does the sixth chapter end? Krishna says, Yoginam api sarvesha. Madgati nantaratmana. In that verse, Krishna is saying that all those who totally are absorbed in thinking about me, He's saying they are the best for me. So Krishna is going to love it if we focus totally on Krishna, if we, take our attention away from other things, and 100% attention if we give to Lord Krishna, then Krishna is going to be super pleased, because he's saying of all the yogis, we know the yogis, there are dhyana yogi, jnana yogi, karma yogi, bhakti yogi. So out of all the yogis, who's the best? Bhakti yogi. Why Bhakti yogi? The one who works in devotional service. Why is he very dear to Krishna? Because when we are working for Krishna in devotion, that time we have our 100% focus on Sri Krishna. Okay, so this was about the 6th chapter, the 7th chapter. What is the name of the 7th chapter? See, what is the first verse of the 7th chapter? Can
Knowledge
anybody
of the
tell me?
absolute.
Knowledge of the absolute. Excellent. Why have I chosen this slide? Because in the first verse of the 7th chapter, Lord Krishna is saying, Shri Bhagavana Vacha Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Yunjam Madashraya. And he's saying, Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Gyasasi Tachunu. The word Tachunu here says, it emphasizes that hearing is vital. Till the 6th chapter, Krishna told us that dhyan is important. That when I have to focus my, total attention on Krishna. How will I do that? And somebody might ask me, why Mataji? Why should I put all my attention on Lord Krishna? Why do I have to focus? Why do I have to concentrate on Lord Krishna? Then Krishna, he knows these questions are going to come up. So in the 7th chapter, he starts, listen, Tachunu. What does Tachunu means? That just try to hear, oh Arjuna, now that this knowledge of the absolute, I am going to give you knowledge about myself. So when you hear all that I have to say about myself, then it's going to make it very easy for you to focus on me. I will tell you one very, very, very quick story. So there was this time when in the flight, there were say 10 girls, and 10 girls, out of the 10 girls, 5 girls, they spotted one film star, a movie star. So I don't know if you are well versed with any of the, if everybody knows the name of, say, Salman Khan. Okay, so there is one very famous film star, and the girls are like Sallu, 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 because these 5 girls were, say, Indian nationals, and they very well knew about the Indian cinema, and then they knew that okay, this Salman Khan is some superstar, and they were like Sallu, Sallu. And they had 5 friends who were, say, from America. They did not know who Sallu is, and they were wondering why are they saying Sallu, Sallu like that. And then the flight attendant just warned them and said, no, the flight is about to take off, and just tie your seatbelts quietly and stuff. For the entire flight, they were not allowed to get up because of the turbulence. And or during this duration of the flight, the 5 Indian girls who knew about this film stars, Salman, they told their foreign friends about who that person was and why were they going so crazy, because he's such a superstar and he's liked by everybody and stuff. You know what? When the flight stopped and when they were allowed to move, these 5 foreign nationals who earlier on had no clue about who Salman Khan was, now when they got a chance to move, they were the first ones to run with their autograph diaries to him, and they were like, Sallu, Sallu, we want your autograph. How did they all of a sudden develop that interest in someone who they did not know some while ago? Because what were they doing? Hearing. So hearing is a very powerful aid. Hearing is going to help us learn a lot in our lives. You must have heard it from your parents also, that children only, you will understand only if you listen to me. Haven't you heard this? And there is this WhatsApp meme also, which is, Linda, listen to me. Oh, Linda, this small little child telling his mom, Linda, listen to me. So listen. If your parents are asking you something, please listen. Oral reception is very, very important. That's why Krishna in the 7th chapter says that you will get knowledge about me only if you listen. And then what will happen? If I know about Krishna, I will instantly want to, do that yoga. I would want to unite with him. I would want to have a relationship with Krishna, and that's what the 8th chapter is all about. I will make Krishna the goal of my life. So, what is the name of the 8th chapter? Anybody?
Absolute freedom.
No. Attaining
Mataji,
the
Supreme.
Someone told me attaining the Supreme. Perfect. So now
Mataji, achieving goal.
attaining the see, I have set up this slide because I want to tell you that after I hear about Krishna, after I get Bhagavad-Gita, knowledge of the absolute, I want to make Krishna the goal of my life. And then if I have Krishna as the goal of my life, I want to attain Krishna. So attaining the Supreme. And what is the keywords in the 8th chapter? How do we attain the Supreme? If we think about Krishna 24/7. Every time we have to think about Krishna, and it will be very easy. Suppose, see, as of now, you are everybody is very, young children over here. But if you have decided that I want to become maybe a doctor or an engineer, or I want to become a singer or a YouTuber or an astronomer, whatever you have thought, if you constantly meditate on it and work towards it, and you make it your goal, wouldn't you be able to achieve it? Yeah, you would. So if I make Krishna the goal of my life, then what do I have to do? Constantly think about Krishna. Then we come to the next slide. What is the next slide? Name of the 9th chapter. Anybody?
The most confidential knowledge.
Most confidential knowledge, yeah. And this most confidential knowledge is going to give me a lot of confidence in my life that yes, now I know how to attain Krishna. And you know what? What is so secretive about, what is the big secret about this knowledge? Bhagavad Gita is available like in every book stand, right? So what is the secret? Why is it confidential? Because only those who hear it with faith will be able to follow the instructions and attain the Supreme. Then someone might also ask, so in how does the chapter 9 end? With Krishna saying, Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mamai vaishasyukdevam atmanam madparayana. He says that if you constantly think about me, worship me, pay obeisance to me, and a certain set of instructions he's giving, and then you attain me. Then someone might ask, why? Why should I even try to attain Krishna? If someone still has some more doubts, then Krishna gives more reasons why we should try to attain Krishna. So that's why he does something really wonderful in the 10th chapter. What does he do in the 10th chapter? What is he saying? What do we have to do? The 10th chapter is
the opulence of the absolute.
I have made it really simple after the 9th slide because I knew that we will be short of time. So you have the names of the chapters right up there on the slides itself. Yes, so the 10th chapter, I'm going to be very quick because I have only 8 minutes. So the 10th chapter says, like I told you, someone might have that doubt. Why Krishna? Why should I even try to attain Krishna? So Krishna is telling more about himself. As we understood from the 7th chapter, that the more we hear, the more we get attracted, the more we get drawn towards Krishna. So Krishna is saying, look at my opulences. Arjuna, actually Arjuna asks, right? Arjuna says, please tell me, how is it possible for me to constantly think about you? Then Krishna says, my opulences are unlimited, Arjuna, not possible for me to tell you all, but okay, I'll just give you a brief, a very, very brief introduction of some of my qualities. And that's what he does in chapter 10. Then what does Arjuna ask? Arjuna says, "Oh Lord, yeah, 10th chapter, name of the 11th chapters, yeah, I have already put it on the slide. The universal form. Why this chapter now? Because this is where Krishna tells about the value of time. He says, time I am. As time, I'm going to take everything away. Why is he showing the universal form to Arjuna? Because Arjuna said, he's not yet still satisfied. He's saying, Krishna, okay, you have given me an audio, you as in, of what your opulences are. I want to have the video also. Now I want the visual also. Can you now please tell me uh, how that universal form of yours looks like? Once Arjuna sees the universal form, obviously he's filled with total awe and reverence for Krishna, and he's scared, and he's saying, "Oh my God!" He's with folded hands. He's saying, "Please, please, please! I don't want to. I can't, behold this sight anymore, Krishna. I want to see the original form of yours, and I'm sorry for all the mistakes that I've done. I've been addressing you as Hey Krishna, Hey Yadava, Hey Saketi. I've been so friendly with you, and just look at yourself." He was literally seeing the panoramic view, wherever he would turn his head, left, right, up, down, in all 10 directions, he would see only Krishna, and he was so scared. So he wanted. What will happen if we see the universal form? Although we are not so fortunate to be able to do that, but what will happen? We will be filled with what? Awe and reverence, just like Arjuna, and then we will be filled with devotion in our hearts. So the chapter of the 12th name is, what is the name of the 12th chapter? Devotional Service. Yeah, I have put it here already on the slide. Devotional service. And what do we learn from the 12th chapter? How to love God. And if we love God, we love everybody. But to be able to love God, first we have to, you know, be that qualified. Is it simple to love God? No. Will God accept our love? No. First, we have to make ourselves worthy of Krishna's love. So Krishna in the 12th chapter, he's telling about certain qualities. Only 34. He's saying, see, if you want to become my favorite, then you have to do a couple of things. What are the qualities that Krishna is telling Arjuna here in the 12th chapter? Not many. He's just saying, don't be envious, just be a friend, be tolerant, be kind, be self-controlled, be satisfied, be determined, and be equal in happiness and distress, and such 34 such qualities which will make us Krishna's favorite. Don't we want to be Krishna's favorite? Yeah, we do want to be. So what should we do? We should try to change certain things about ourselves, and then eventually we will love God. God is going to love back. And you know what? If we love God, then we love everybody. So if you have, friends or cousins and brothers and sisters, siblings, who as of now, you're not very friendly to them, then you should tell yourself every time, if you're angry with someone for something, you have to tell, no, Krishna will not like it if I am mean to somebody, if I'm rude to somebody, if I'm, if I keep getting mad at people, especially parents. I have to every time check myself. I cannot do that. So if I do not do that, then I will be Krishna's favorite. Coming to the next chapter, 13th chapter, where Krishna tells about nature, enjoyer, and consciousness. So I will not talk much about this chapter right now because we really have very little time, just 3 more minutes. I will just run through the slide very quickly. What is the 14th chapter? 14th chapter is about the three modes of material nature. We know what are the three modes: the mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. And then there are a number of qualities given of people in all the three modes. we have to read the chapter. Maybe we can. Hare Krishna, yeah.
You could say no one can chat because there's so many chats.
There are so many chats. Okay. So we will address the chats later, but I have only 2 more minutes and I have 5 more chapters to tell you. So children, I'm sorry if I'm not able to do justice right now, but if you want, I can just continue every slide in detail. Maybe when I have my class next time with you in the 5th on Monday. Yeah, we can do that, but quickly we'll just see. I think I will do that when I'm because Monday I'm going to be back with you people. Yeah, I will, if you want, I will do it again with you, some of the slides, because, and then we can continue with the Gita Mahatma class that we have, only 1 more minute. So the 13th chapter is, sorry, the 14th chapter is modes of material nature, can't discuss much about it. Then the 15th chapter, what is the 15th chapter? Purushottam Yoga. That should be the purpose of my life, to do what? Unite with the Lord. So Purushottam Yoga. Then 16th chapter is divine and the demonic natures. If we read the qualities, we can analyze ourselves. We'll come to know whether we are more, endowed with divine qualities or demonic qualities. Then the 17th chapter is divisions of faith. And the 18th chapter is perfection of pronunciation. And that's what we have to aim for. We have to aim for perfection in our lives, perfection in anything and everything that we do. So I'm sorry, children, it is already 9:30. Seriously, no time even to take up the questions or even look at the chats. I'm sure you are waiting for the next session that you have. So yes, Priyanka Mataji, over to you.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. You explained very nicely, and the brief introduction for whole 12 or 13 chapter you take over, all 18 chapter you take it, Mataji. So it's really very fabulous, Mataji. So thank you so much for your services, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Mataji, so before I end the class, can we just make the children chant Hare Krishna 3 times?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad-Gita ki jai. God be Balaji. Hare Hare Bol. Thank you so much, children. Thank you so much, Priyanka Mataji, for having me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare
Hare
Bol.
Krishna,
Mataji.
Hare Bol.
Krishna.
Hare Bol. See you on Monday. Bye
So-
bye. Mataji, see you on Monday. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So kids,
Thank you.
please not log out, kids. Now we have to do the flameless cooking. So Mataji, are you there? Supriya Mataji? Hare Krishna, Supriya Mataji. Can you unmute Mataji? Mataji? Mataji, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही. We can't hear you. Yes.
Yes, Mataji, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So kids, now we have to do the flameless cooking. So do I mute all, Mataji, or what you refer?
Yeah, sure, Mataji. If you want, mute Mataji.
Mute is okay, right?
Yeah. Okay. So Hare Krishna, please.
Excuse me, Mataji.
Yes.
Mataji, today I am from India and today I am at my grandma's home. So
Okay.
there are no ingredients right now at my home. So can I just write the ingredients?
Sure. You can write down the ingredients.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, kids. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our flameless cooking class. The flameless cooking class, we don't need to use the stove top. We can use the oven if we need it, and we can make very delicious and yummy dishes. Okay, so today I'm going to show the dry fruit and dry nuts laddu. It's very healthy and tasty too. Okay, now we will start. I will show 1 minute. Okay, kids, I have the kishmish cup. These are the dates, then elaichi, and these are all nuts. I kept in oven at 350 degrees, roasted them. These are peanuts, badam, cashew, then these are walnuts, and these are macadamias. So these all I kept in the oven and roasted for just 10 to 15 minutes at 350 degrees. These are all roasted now. We will just wait for a few minutes to let it cool so that we can grind it. Meanwhile, we can cut the dates. Okay, kids? I'm keeping aside. And now we are going to take our dates and now we will chop them. These are kishmish, these are elaichi. Okay, I will cut them now. Anybody are cooking with me? Let me see in the gallery view. Okay. Anybody are cooking with me? I can wait for you. Or all watching?
Watching.
Watching? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
After this session, we can try.
Okay, Mataji, no problem. Yes, Manhar. Manhar, yes, Manhar. Are you able to unmute Manhar? No? Okay. Okay. Let me unmute you. Manhar. Manhar, unmute. Yes, Manhar.
I'm cooking with you.
Okay. Okay. So you have your nuts with you? All your nuts with you? Okay. Dates, kishmish, elaichi. Okay. So now Manhar, just keep in the oven at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. I'll stay for you. Do you have oven? Okay, I'll unmute you once again. Yes,
I
Manhar.
can't do that. My mom is not home.
What is that?
I can't do it. My mom is not home right now.
Oh, okay, okay, no problem. Okay, you can watch Manhar then.
Okay.
Okay, then kids, now we will chop the dates. Let me have the. Okay. I'm chopping dates. These dates, kishmish, elaichi, and if you want, you can use some chia seeds also, sunflower seeds, whatever nuts you have, flax seeds, only little bit, flax seeds. So these all can be roasted in the oven, just like a few minutes, like 10 to maybe 10 minutes is good at 350 degrees. In the middle, you have to watch it. Make sure those are not burned. And you have to chop the dates in this way. Chop the dates. And if you want, you can use little jaggery also. Okay, are you able to see? I'm chopping them. So we have to chop all the dates. Elaichi, yeah, we are using. If anybody wants some vanilla essence also, they can use vanilla essence, little bit, not too much. Okay, I think these are good enough. For 2 cups of all nuts, we can have 1 cup of dates and maybe like maybe 1/4 cup of kishmish. So I think these are good enough. I feel so, because we are using the kishmish also. It will give natural sweetener. So I think meanwhile my nuts are also cool. I believe so. Let me check my nuts too. I believe these are good enough. Okay. Let me see my nuts. I think nuts are good enough to go in the mixie jar. I'll bring the mixie jar. And I used one time the chia seeds. Chia seeds went very well with this dry fruit laddu. So we can fill this jar. So we have to mix them. We can add the elaichi also in this. Make a good powder. I'll mute it. You'll get sound. I'm muting this. So kids, I'm done with my grinding. I'll show you the powder, how I got it. 1 minute, let me grab some plate. Okay. Aside. So this is the powder, we got it. And now we have to grind the dates and kishmish together. Okay. Now I will keep this aside. I will take this. I will pour this kishmish. Then chopped dates. Okay, kids. Let me grind this also. Let me grind this. I will mute. Okay, kids. So I'm done with this. I think we can use the same blender to mix all together nicely. So what I'm going to do is, I will take this separately. Yes, Shamila. What do you want? Huh? Okay, it's okay.
What's the next step after this one?
Okay, to make laddus.
Yeah, like after we have to make them into circles.
Circles, balls. Yeah, sure. Give me some time to mix it. Okay, kids, at this point, I'm using the blender again to mix it properly.
Look at this one, like
It will go uniformly if I mix both the dates and the nuts powder in the blender itself. So I'm using this again.
Well, it's going to be crunchy, not smooth.
Yeah. So I'm using this. I'm going to grind it again. Okay, kids, we are done. So from this we can make laddus. I'm taking some plate to offer, boga plate. Small laddus we can make. So if you have good amount of kishmish and khajur, so there would be no need to add anything. But if you want, you can add little bit of 2-3 drops of coconut oil. In future, it won't get dry. And on the top, if you want, you can add the dry coconut powder too. You can roll those in the dry coconut powder.
Mataji, what are the dry fruits and nuts you used in this?
In this, Mataji, I used cashews, peanuts, almonds, walnuts, and manganese. And
Okay.
Also, when you started blending, you forgotten to mute.
It's okay.
oh, okay, Govind.
I did hear the blending.
Ah, okay. So this is the laddus we are getting.
This is the final step.
This is the final step. We can have the tulsi leaf on it and we can offer to Krishna.
Okay.
That was very quick.
Yeah. It is so quick, so easy also.
It's quick and it's easy and it's yummy.
Yeah, it will be yummy.
Mataji, which recipe is it?
This is 1 minute. This is dry fruit and dry nuts laddu. So in this, whatever you want, you can use, kids. So this is completed. So these are our final laddus. We can have the tulsi leaf on them and we can offer to Krishna. Okay, kids, hope you like this laddu. This is very easy. Kids, you can make by yourself. You can keep all this in the oven, make them roast, and you can grind it. You can add all the kishmish like dates and you can offer to Krishna. You can help your mommies in this way. I see, okay, let me see some raised hand. 1 minute, kids. Let me see who raised their hands. Okay, Govind. Yes, Govind, you have a question? Unmute yourself, Govind.
No.
Okay, you raised your hand. Okay. I see someone also. Yes.
Mataji, I made my laddu. I would like, look.
You made your laddu? Okay. Okay, 1 minute. Let me spotlight you. Oh, okay, 1 minute. Let me go in the gallery view. Okay, Manha, show me.
Just a minute.
Where is the laddu? I cannot see Manhar. Yes, yes. Good job, Manhar. Good job. Yeah, offer to Krishna and you take as prasadam. Okay, Vishwa. Yes, Vishwa. Let me unmute you. Are you able to unmute yourself, Vishwa? No? Okay. Okay, I'll unmute you. Yes, Vishwa.
Mataji, I don't have any doubts.
What is that you don't have?
No, no, Mataji, I don't have any doubts.
Okay, okay. So, okay, kids, hope you like all these varieties of laddus. This variety of laddu, in future, we will make some more. Okay? We will meet next week with some other interesting thing. Yes, kids?
Mataji,
Yes, Mahin.
I didn't have any ingredients. I make the laddu with nuts and peanuts.
You made it? Show me. Did you make now?
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Sanvi. Yes, Sanvi. You're welcome, Mahin. Sanvi. Oh, very good. Very good. Show to God and take his prasadam. Eva. Yes, Eva.
It looks simple and it is simple.
It is simple, but it is so nutritious. If you take one of these, it's like our energy bar. So this is full of nuts and dry fruits. This is energy bar for us. There is no need to go outside and buy the energy bars. Okay? You can pack to school. On the go also you can take.
I have also made this, ma'am. See?
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. Yashvi.
Myself.
Looks very nice. Okay. Kids, anybody have any questions?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, shall we end the call?
Okay.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji, for a very wonderful class. Laddu look.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much, kids. We will meet next week. Okay? Hare Krishna.